Matley, you can't. No, don't. Matley. Hey guys, welcome to the We Are Tearfund YouTube channel. My name is Daisy and I'm going to be doing the Get to Know Me tag, which I don't even know what that means. I think it just means that I'm going to be answering some questions. So let's do that. I'm going to be more of a regular on this channel, just so that you can get to know me and my life a bit more. We're going to be doing these questions today, so let's get right to it. I hope that I have a nice face when someone meets me for the first time, like I smile. But you know, I think some people might say differently. And if I have an awkward face, let me know. But I think it's just like, hi. But I don't know. I hope it's nice though. I hope it's not like what I just did then. Moving on. My middle name is Joy. I grew up, so I was born in Sheffield and then I moved to America because of my dad's job. And so I lived in Arizona, which is like a desert, like really, really hot all the time and like one of the hottest places in America. And then I lived in Nebraska, which in the winter is one of the coldest places in the US. So very different climates. But I lived in the US like in total for 5 years and then I came back to England and I lived in a place called Stockport, which is like the outskirts of Manchester, and then I moved into the middle of Manchester a few years ago. So yeah, quite a few places. A bit of a messed up education, if I can tell you that. I am passionate about justice. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. I am passionate about human trafficking. I think it's a really sad thing that there's so many people in slavery today's society, but we don't really talk about it. Like there's over 30 million people in slavery, but it's all underground and it's not talked about in our conversations. It's not on the news as much as it should be. And the fact that we can just ignore it, it really makes me sad. So that's something that I'm really passionate about. And also about poverty, especially child poverty around the world, and how our actions can directly impact people in poverty. The fact that climate change is what people in Western society and more richer countries are causing, and the impacts that's having on people who are dependent on their climate, on their crops, the fact that my actions can impact someone's food and how much they can eat that year is really challenging. And I think that's one thing that I'm really excited to be doing on this channel, is to learn more about how my actions can affect others and how I can change my ways. And hopefully people will be able to change their ways too as they see how I do it on this channel. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm gonna do two different songs, one Christian, one non-Christian. The first one is Red Rocks Worship, Nowhere. It's such a good song. It is all about God's goodness, and I feel like over this lockdown, Oceans is great, you know, crying is great, but also having a bit of a boogie in your kitchen and just partying to God's goodness is great. And I literally put it in my headphones so loud the other day and was just dancing to it for a whole 5 minutes, and best feeling I've had all week, so I recommend doing that. And then also my other favourite song at the moment is Haim or Haim. I can never say that band's name, but it's either or. And their song, Want You Back or Just Want You Back. The one that goes like, just know that I want you back. Just know that I want you back. That one. I don't think that helped anyone figure out which song I was talking about, but anyway. My biggest inspiration, honestly, is my grandparents. Especially my granny and grandpa, my mum's parents. Just the fact that they are so giving and generous with their time and their money and who they are and their passions and their heart for justice, it really inspires me to be more of a justice warrior. And I just love them. And I love my other grandparents too, my granny from my dad's side. I think they're just all amazing people. And like, I can just say right now, if I can say anything, FaceTime your grandparents or teach them how to use FaceTime, because I've started like FaceTiming mine once a week and it's honestly the best thing I've done over the whole of lockdown, just to learn from people who have so much wisdom and stuff. And yeah, I really recommend it. Okay, the obvious answer to this one is Jesus. But like, I feel like I can talk to Jesus any day of the week. You get me? So I wouldn't invite Jesus, sorry God, I think you're awesome, but I'd like to hear some opinions of history. And before, I was actually thinking about this video and I said Queen Esther. And I think Queen Esther from the Bible is awesome but I know a lot of her life from the Bible. However, I don't actually, so maybe it'd be cool seeing her. This is a big question, okay guys? Try and think about this seriously. Queen Esther, because I think just her passion for people and for justice, and also just how she acts is incredible, and I just like to know her side of the story and like what we don't hear in the Bible and what we don't hear in that passage. Also just girl power, and like imagine being able to be encouraged by someone thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years old. You get what I mean. But Queen Esther, I think Queen Esther would be epic. This is such a good question, right? Because I think life goals can be anything, literally anything. And some people will say, oh, I want my life goal to be successful in the job or career that I want. But I think that's quite dangerous, like having that mindset. Obviously, it's great to have goals of success in whatever you do and trying your best in whatever you do. But I really think there's something about saying, actually, I want to be kind, and like my life goal is living for the glory of God. And like, so whatever I do in life is always going to be for the glory of God, and whatever I do is always going to be kind. Whatever I'm going to do is loving. Instead of being like, so I really would love to do acting one day, but instead of saying I want to be an actress, my life goal is to become a successful actress. That puts so much pressure on me as a person, and also to other people as they're trying to support me in that. So actually saying my life goal is to be loving in everything I do. That sounds so Christian, but it's genuinely true. That's my life goal, to just be consistently kind and consistently loving and living for the glory of God. 3 life goals. Coffee, obviously. I'm really sorry, I hate tea. My mum thinks it's a social skill. I don't, I disagree. And she's like, Daisy, you know, when people are allowed back in the house, like, it's such a social skill giving people a cup of tea and being able to drink a cup of tea with them. But I genuinely hate it. I don't mind herbal tea, but why would you choose to have milk and hot water in one and drink it with a tiny bit of flavour? Ew. Breakfast tea is literally the most disgusting thing. Know-it-alls. You know what though? I actually really can't stand when people pretend they know everything. Because even if you're Albert Einstein, you don't know everything. And even if, actually no, I was going to say even if you're Jesus, you don't know everything, but God, you know everything. So yeah, just like when people say like, oh, just know-it-alls. Oh, I just can't. Like, if you're a know-it-all, God loves you. You're amazing. The fact that you know the whole dictionary is incredible. However, don't go bragging about it. That's all yeah. Daisy's life lessons. I really can't stand Marvel. I'm really sorry. I know it's horrible. But I would love to be a superhero. Like, the fact that you could be invisible, or you could be, I don't know, like flying. That's epic. And you know, why would I choose this opportunity to play a movie character and be in a rom-com when I could be a superhero? So it'd have to be something like that. And actually, you know what? As I was thinking about that, I just got Frozen from The Incredibles in my head. And actually, I would love to be him, because he can just go like around and just get a bit of frosty ice and just go, and then also a sense of humour. Yeah, Frozen's probably the person I'd want to be in a movie. Because like everyone like knows that line as well, like, honey, where's my super suit? Like, it's just iconic. So to be able to be that person, well, the animated character in that film would be epic. Anyway. I love summer. It's like a no-brainer, isn't it? Like, winter's just cold and wet and rainy, but summer is summer. I love the hot. I love heat. Hot. I love the hot. I love the heat. Heat is literally my love language. Homemade bread. Homemade bread. Homemade bread. Okay, I promise you, if you can, make a bit of homemade bread and make it well, because it's the best thing ever. I can't make it, but my dad can do it beautifully. And oh my days, if I could live on anything, by far, Dad's homemade bread. It's so good. Okay. No, I really don't. I really, really don't. I wish that I could, and like I could just like, just excuse my dog for a second. Muttley! Okay. I don't have any hidden talents, really, sadly not. Yeah, I just don't. I wish that I could like pull something out of like a hat and be like, whoa, Deja's so cool. But I just, yeah, it's just not gonna happen ever. Well, I lived in America for 5 years and that was my accent, so I can do an American accent. Am I gonna attempt it here? I could do the outro in an American accent, that'd be quite funny. I'm not gonna do that though. I can do an American accent and like a really stereotypical American Californian like it girl, but I don't use it very often, and I can do a better American accent, but I don't want to because then that's a bit embarrassing. But I did not sound like this, I promise you. I had a very sweet American accent. And I remember going to America one time for a holiday after we lived there, and then someone was like, oh my gosh, you're English, how cute. And they were like, can you do an American accent? And then I went into this straight away and they were like really impressed, so what can I say? Anyway, that's the only accent I can do. And I say that I want to be an actress, but I can't do any other accent. I can't do any other accent apart from that, which is kind of embarrassing, but we move on. And yeah, that is all the questions. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to be becoming a bit of a regular on this channel, so hopefully over the next coming months you can know a bit more about me and my life and all that lovely stuff. But yeah, it was really fun to hang out with you, and I hope you have a lovely day. I'll see you later. Bye!